As we now look at the very best plays from this past week, it is time for plays of the week. We begin with Franklin Regional, and while the Panthers ultimately came up short against Woodland Hills, Kyle Dupill continued to add to his incredible season. The senior notched a third-quarter touchdown to put the Panthers in the lead at the time, with Jonathan Whaley providing the commentary.
Bennett, Scoop Smith locked up in single coverage on the near side. And they give the ball to Dupill. Dupill's got a lane. Dupill's got a 12-yard touchdown run by the human bowling ball. Senior Kyle Dupill and Franklin Regional gets the lead back on a 12-yard touchdown sprint. His 14th touchdown of the season for Kyle Dupill. Extra point to come.
Has there been a more consistent running back in the WPIAL this year than Kyle Dupill? It's almost week in and week out. He's ripping over 200 yards every week and gets the touchdown there and pulled Franklin Regional right back into the game before Woodland Hills was able to pull away. But, man, I mean, again, knock on wood for him, but he stayed healthy, durable, and every single week he's there getting a ton of yards.
Is that a new nickname as well? The human bowling ball? Is that?
I think he's used it before. Maybe not as much as Mr. Electricity, but.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed at this point he must have had a nickname for him. So maybe just the first time I picked up on it. Nonetheless, he has been a human, whatever you want to call him in a positive way. Dupill has been incredible all season long. Well, speaking of incredible, we continue plays of the week with Mount Pleasant and the incredible Jarrett Garn, who had himself a big night once again in the win against Derry area, including a touchdown less than a minute into the contest. His connection from Cole Chatfield set the tone for the Vikes, as detailed by John Flickinger and coach Tom Esposito.
A lot of meeting tonight for this game as Chatfield rolls to his right under some pressure. He throws, he's got a man open and is caught by Garn. And Jarrett Garn is in for the touchdown for the Vikings. 56 yards from Chatfield to Garn. Fourth touchdown reception of the season for Jarrett, and the Vikings lead 6-0, and the big plays continue to haunt the Trojans.
That was a big play. He was virtually wide open coming across the middle, and you know, kind of made it easy for Chatfield to find him.
One thing I didn't realize about Jarrett Garn is he's a track star. I didn't know that until I was preparing for my interview with him, and he kind of showed that speed right there. I know that Jason Fazekas was really excited to use him because of his speed. At the beginning of the year, he was talking about how he'd be, kind of a running back, wide receiver, and splitting out in the slot and everything like that. And right there, he showed his speed. And Cole Chatfield put the ball right on him.
He's also a soccer star, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah,
he is a three-sport athlete. If he played in the winter, he could be a four-sport athlete, for goodness sake.
Well, he's just lazy.
He does it all. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. We need to get him out doing something.
Well, we'll continue plays of the week in that same game, and we'll look on the Derry area side of things as the Trojans were quick to respond, and they did so with some trickery. Max Doherty to Anthony Sacco to Carson Wires created Derry's first score, with John and Espo calling the action.
Up here for the band, so second down for the Trojans coming up. And it's Doherty taking the snap, giving to Sacco, nice. And wide open. The pass is caught by Wires, and Carson Wires is going to score for the Trojans. A little trickery out of Coach Milan's mailbox there. It was Doherty taking the direct snap. He gives it to Sacco, and he finds Carson Wires, the freshman, wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's something we may have to do tonight, show some trickery and some gadget plays, That's a heck of a play.
A little trick there for the Trojans. And really, the throw was good by Sacco, but Wires kind of made the play too, at least made the play get into the end zone with that nice little move after he caught it, able to get by the defensive back and take it in for 6. And at that point, I know it's still early in the game, but the Trojans were able to answer.
And by the way, if anyone is giving out Halloween candy, make sure you actually hand it out to the children. Don't just put it in your mailbox and force them to come there to get the candy.
No, that's not a good idea, because what happens is the kids take more than one piece, and then it's all gone.
I use the whole mailbox.
They use the whole darn mailbox. Yes. And actually, if we're using the mailboxes in the neighborhood my brother and I live in, they're actually not at our house. So it doesn't even make sense. We have to like go like where we enter the neighborhood. So there's no sense of even using a mailbox for the candy.
Yeah, I just wanted to come to your house. Nonetheless, we'll continue plays of the week. We've got some more treats ahead with Hempfield area. And although the Spartans were certainly disappointed in losing to Mount Lebanon, the other Mount, there were a special moment late in the contest as Jacob Zerbini came in and delivered a 2-point conversion that sent the crowd into a frenzy, with myself and Jack Ridenauer setting the stage.
And look at Kiefer getting his cheerleaders and his sideline pumped up. Zerbini looks like he's going to line up here in the backfield. He's got Allison and Dietrich around him here. He's going to take the snap. Bobbles it, and he gets in. And that's a great moment for the Spartans on a 2-point conversion by Zerbini. And you can tell based on the reaction from his teammates and all the students here that means a little bit something extra.
Yeah, you have to tip your cap to Coach Nick Kiefer as well, making sure that moment comes to life for Zerbini.
What a cool moment right there, Sean. That had to have been so cool to be there and to hear everyone cheering. And I'm sure people were, cheering in the press box and that type of thing. And a big tip of the hat, as Jack Ridenauer mentioned, to Nick Kiefer. Those moments make you realize that it's way, way more than just a football game. And to be able to do something like that in a football game where you have all of those fans there, just a moment that I'm sure he and his family will remember forever.
Yeah, there's a lot about sports that's making memories and moments, and that's one that I think everyone on the Spartans side is going to remember, and certainly Jacob Zerbini. So congrats to him. Cool moment for the Spartans, albeit in a losing effort. We'll wrap up plays of the week with Jeanette and the Jayhawks. Were explosive once again in a dominant win against Springdale. It took just 2 plays for them to take command. Kimani Brown and Jace Powell hooked up for a score in the blink of an eye, with Brent Wiggum and Anthony D'Annunzio painting the picture.
Long snap count, Brown gets it, gonna throw, wide receiver screen, Jace Powell makes the catch across the 40, 35, 30, and he will put the afterburners on. Jace Powell into the end zone, first score of the night, 45-yard touchdown pass, Kimani Brown to Jace Powell.
2 plays, that's all it takes for the Jeanette Jayhawks to get on the board here at McKee Stadium. We talked about it so many times. Jace Powell, so effective when he gets the football out of the backfield, just in the flat there. That is his strong point. Kimani Brown finds him wide open there, and Jace does the rest into the end zone for the score.
Hey, do you think if I tell Brent every time Jace Powell scores a touchdown to say, like Step Brothers, do you think he'll do it?
No.
Okay. But I won't. I think
because he'd have to do it so much. He would, it would get, overplayed because of all the touchdowns that Jace has scored this season. So.
I'm telling you, man, it's right there on the tip of his tongue. JW would definitely do it.
Well, that is true. So Jeanette, of course, we mentioned, they now have an opportunity. Win and you're in this week. They've had some big play guys all season long. It's a fun team to watch, and certainly I think would be one that deserves to get into the postseason.